Welcome to the Centre for Academic English. The Centre for Academic English team specialises in academic communication in the fields of science, technology, engineering, maths and medicine. We work with all members of Imperial College London, whether or not English is their first language. And that means everyone, from undergraduates all the way up to senior academic staff. Our purpose is to help you understand more about academic communication. Working with us, you will not only learn how to identify what makes communication effective, or indeed less effective, but you will also develop the tools to write and speak about your work and your research in ways that will help you achieve your goals for a specific study or research task. So how do we do that? Well, have a look at this sentence. It might first appear well written because the grammar is sophisticated and accurate, but how effectively does the text communicate its science? Who is doing most of the work here? The writer, unloading all the science, or the reader, who has to piece all the science together and try to make sense of it? Part of what we do is help you understand how effective scientific texts are constructed so that you start to feel more confident in the communication of your own science and learn how to communicate with impact. One thing we don't do is focus on correct grammar, as this is not the same as effective communication as we've just seen. Rather, we work with you on text at the paragraph, sentence and word level to understand which specific language features occur frequently in STEM writing and speech and how you can use them to good effect. It's surprising how many mistakes are made by students and academics alike in their use of different language features, and how these mistakes can lead to a breakdown in communication, ambiguity, or the reader simply switching off. So, we work with you to be aware of such traps and give you the tools to make sure you don't fall in them yourself. Part of your success will be determined by how well you communicate your research, and our goal is to help you do this successfully. We help everyone in college. For students, we help with academic tasks, assignments and assessments, and other research outputs such as conference papers and publications. For academic staff, we also help with writing research articles, grant proposals, and activities such as preparing for the Research Excellence Framework. We have effectively created a circular economy where nothing goes to waste. Everything we learn we use to improve both the student experience and the research output of the college. So, how does that work? Well, our work with academic staff feeds into and improves our work with students. And our work with students helps us support academic staff to understand better the communicative needs of their students. By working with the Imperial community and keeping up to date with global trends in STEM communication, we continue to build and maintain our expertise. This is just a short list of our circular economy in action. We're continually expanding our range of provision to reach all students on all campuses. We've been collaborating with departments to embed tailored provision in undergraduate and postgraduate taught courses. We give students the tools to speak more effectively and confidently about their science, both in class and publicly. We help doctoral and postdoctoral researchers publish in high-impact journals. And we help Imperial academics obtain funding by offering support with writing grant proposals.
I first approached the Centre for Academic English because I thought I was writing quite well and I had a fairly good writing style and I was pretty efficient. That meant I could get through a lot of material. But I'm always keen in my science to try and see if there's any improvements to be made, and therefore I thought, the writing was no different to that really. If there was some small modifications that could be made to the writing to make me faster or better at it, that would be really valuable. What's been really great about the Centre's input is with them in having workshops with the students to help them devise these frameworks for writing and making them more confident and more efficient writers. Some of us don't write particularly well, so we are probably not doing as good a job at getting what's in here down onto paper. And if the centre can help us with that, then their role is as important as research contracts, to be honest, or research services, or any of the other things that allow the machine to function.
I said, could you help us workshop these 2 papers? It's something that we assume we're really good at. A seasoned academic has written hundreds of papers or tens of papers. They must be pretty good at it. But it's amazing how when somebody holds up the magnifying glass to a paper, how much sort of faff there is, just words that don't need to be there. And also how much off message or unclear message there is, and how that can all be neatened up. And it's not about writing prose. It's just about communicating a very clear, succinct scientific message. We really appreciated that in the lab, and that really helped to get them to the next stage.
I, like most academics, think, we're pretty good at writing. We know what we're doing. The Centre for Academic English came over. They showed a few sentences of text, and then they had prepared an alternative version of it, the same content, but just expressed differently, words turned around, tenses, and that made me realise, right, this is important. We can sort of adjust the way we do things and improve things. We've definitely got something to learn from this. In my view, this is really important. It's not just a service, having your grammar corrected and a comma added here and there. It's much more about, I think, an ongoing relationship, learning better ways of communicating and presenting things. And so I think having it in-house is really valuable.
To find out more about what we provide for you, please visit our website.